What is up, everyone? Moving back again with another Blu-ray and 4K update. I say another one. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. I think it's been like 2 months now, and I'm really sorry about that. Now, I am self-employed, so I had to take a week and a half off really because we had a newborn come into our family this month. His name is Sonny, and I am absolutely over the moon with him. I am in love with this little guy, and because I was off, I don't get anything from the government or anything because I'm self-employed. So I just wanted to save up a little bit there and cover myself from when I'm off. I am very careful with money and I don't just go splashing it about when I kind of should just be careful with it. So it's took me a while to do this and I just wanted to be a little bit careful. And I've been trying to get the house sorted and everything. You know, I've been doing a lot to the house and I really got in DIY mode. So I've just been a little bit careful on buying movies this month because I think you can be a little bit silly with money at times and then you struggle. So, especially with the price of things these days. Now, I've got a nice little stack here. Some of these were sent to me by my good friend Alex Hampton, who sent me some subscriber mail, but I call it subscriber mail. He's definitely more of a friend now. I've met him a few times. So when I do come across these films, I will talk about them. There's 6 in here that he sent me. And if you do want to see that video of him just sending me the subscriber mail, I'll leave it down below in the description. Now, I've got to apologise here. There's quite a few of these I haven't seen. Now, my birthday was last week. I got a chunk of them for my birthday. The Arrow titles I talk about here. Alex sent me some for my birthday. And with the newborn, who has only been here a week, I just haven't had a chance to delve into some of these. But they're all movies I've had an interest in. The ones Alex sent me, I sent him a list of movies that I've been after for a long time. Even though I didn't want him to send me nothing, he insisted. So Alex, thanks again, mate. Thank you so much. And I don't just pick up anything these days. I've either got to hear about it, or I got to have an interest of seeing it, or I have seen it and I wanted to add it to the collection. So there's not just going to be like the Harry Hill movie in here or anything like that. They're all movies I've got an interest in or that I've seen. So let's just get into it now. Got a couple of 4Ks here, 3 4Ks, and then the rest are Blu-rays. First up is one that Alex sent me, and that is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Now, I do collect all the Marvel movies. I just usually wait till we get into the 2 for 30 or something stale there. But yeah, Alex kindly sent me this one. And this is one of my favourite movies from Phase 4. I think it was the last one in Phase 4. Really, really well put together film, especially with the death of T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman. I just had a bit of a mind fog there. Yeah, really, the way they lost that character and put this story together, it was excellent to me. You know, I like the way that, I don't like the way, but the characters, you feel the loss in the movie that they've lost T'Challa, and we feel it as a viewer along with them characters. Really well-paced film. A lot of people say this is a bit of a long movie, but I think it was really unraveled well, and the story plays out excellently. And yeah, one of my favourite films of Phase 4. I think it's better than the first Black Panther. I do. I thought it was an awesome film. So, Alex, thank you so much for sending me this on 4K, mate. That is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Next up, we have Bumblebee. Now, I bought this because the new Transformers movie was coming out, and I'd never seen this one. I also hadn't seen Transformers The Last Night, so my cousin lent me that, but I was going to add it to the collection, but I just haven't. But Bumblebee was a really, going back to basics here, felt more of a simple plot, and that definitely worked for me. But Hayley Atwell was excellent in the main role here. She's a character you really get behind. She's a little bit down on life. She's lost her father. She hasn't really got many friends. And when Bumblebee comes into her life, it kind of changes her whole life for the better. So she was someone I really got behind. Don't think Mark Wahlberg was a very good villain in this movie. I don't really enjoy many movies I see him in, to be honest. But this was the first movie I watched on my 65-inch OLED TV, which I recently bought. I've always wanted an OLED TV, and I finally got one. And it looked absolutely incredible. I kept pausing the movie. I kept rewinding it just to see how beautiful it looked. Yeah, this looked fantastic on 4K, I must admit. So yeah, really, really good film. I like I said, I like going back to that simple dynamic, and it felt like I think this might have been in the 80s and stuff, and it really felt like that time warp had happened. You'd gone back into that time. Now, I've not seen Rise of the Beast yet because I went to cinema. I booked it, had to cancel it. Then I finally went to cinema again on my own to watch it, and the projector melted. So I still have not seen it, so I'll probably just pick it up on 4K or catch it on Paramount Plus. But yeah, glad to finally own this one. One of the best Transformers movies in the franchise. That is Bumblebee. Next up is another one Alex Hampton sent me, and that is Dunkirk, a Christopher Nolan movie I've always wanted to rewatch. Like I said in my subscriber mail video, Nolan's movies definitely work for me more on rewatch. Inception, even The Dark Knight, was one that really grew on me. Like, I thought it was a great movie when I watched it, and when I watched it again, it's become perfection to me. Inception, the more I watch it, the better it gets. The Prestige on second watch was incredible. And this and Interstellar are two movies I've always wanted to give another go to for Christopher Nolan. But I did enjoy this the first time I watched it anyway. The IMAX cinema I watched it in was fantastic. You know, it just looked awesome, the sound and everything. And it just follows three different stories around World War One, was it? And, you know, different characters' takes on where they are and in the war and stuff. But really, really happy to own this one. So thank you so much, Alex, for sending me this. Can't wait to give it a go on the 65-inch OLED, that's for sure. It's going to look awesome. I know it is, because Nolan's movies always do. So that is Dunkirk. Lots of horror now. And first, we've got a horror documentary, and that is Living with Chucky. After watching Never Sleep Again and It, the story of Pennywise and Stephen King on screen, I really just wanted to get back in, watch another horror documentary. I'm really getting into them lately, and watching this one was a joy again. I am a massive fan of the Chucky franchise, along with Elm Street. It's my favourite horror franchise. And this follows Kyra Elise Gardner, who's the director of this documentary, but her dad works with all the special effects teams and the prosthetics of Chucky, you know, on all the movies. So she feels like she's part of the Chucky family now. And she's interviewing Brad Dourif, Fiona Dourif, you know, all the characters from the other movies. Jennifer Tilly, the girl who plays Kyle in the second film and stuff. Don Mancini's interviewed a lot. And it goes through each one of the films. Now, what I loved about Never Sleep Again is that they gave an equal amount of time to each one of the films. But here, they give different times. Like Child's Play 3, man, that gets like a minute. A minute and a half at best. So that was disappointing, especially with it being a movie I like. I kind of wish they would have given it the right amount of screen time and made the documentary a little bit longer. However, it was still very interesting to watch. Really fun documentary. And then it goes into Kyra Elise Gardner's life, how she's become part of this Chucky family because her dad is very close to Don Mancini and stuff like that. So it's been a big part of her life as well. But a horror documentary I definitely recommend, that is Living with Chucky. So you may know we had an Arrow sale this month, and there were some films that I really wanted to grab for the collection. So my sister got me 3 of them, and my wife has bought me the Psycho 4K box set for my birthday, although it's not out until September. And she went, look, I just want to get you something else to open on your birthday. We weren't going too mad on each other this year because we had the newborn and stuff like that. We were just spending a very limited amount on each other. I said, okay, get me this film. And that is Two Witches. Now, I weren't quite sure on this. I thought the cover and everything looked excellent. But then I was on a live stream. I think it was Scott, the movie critic live stream. I get mixed up with him and Pete, you know, because they have very similar guests on. It was Scott, the movie critic live stream. Sorry, Scott. And Nige, who's a really funny guy, really hilarious, man. That man cracks me up. He was on there because I've been listening to a few of the live streams and work and stuff, and man, he is so funny. But he recommended this film to me. He said it's definitely worth a watch. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put it on my Blu-ray list there, and I finally sort of went for it. I said to my wife, to get me this one then, because he persuaded me to watch it. I was in two minds, but he persuaded me. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out, just haven't had the time yet, unfortunately. Next up is another one that I had a keen interest in because it kind of looks like I know what he did last summer, and that is Lover's Lane. But I heard a lot of YouTubers say this wasn't very good, but I just want to find out for myself. So I asked my sister to get me this one along with the next two. It looks cool to me. I don't know if Dina Meyer's in this, but I'm sure I've seen it inside the booklet. So that's a plus because I love her as an actress. I'm interested in finding this one. I love slasher movies. I love simple slasher stories. And this is a 90s film, I believe. And one I've never even heard of until Arrow brought it out. But as soon as they did, I thought, that's a movie I want to check out. So that is Lover's Lane. Haven't seen it yet, though. And next up, we do have a couple of Toby Hooper movies. Now, over on my horror channel, I'm going to be doing a Toby Hooper review series. I've already started with Eaten Alive. But I wanted these two as well because I've heard they're quite good. and I just haven't seen them yet, unfortunately. One of them is Life Force. I believe this is about a alien, like this woman who's an alien, and she's always naked, I believe. But it's sort of like the alien vampires or vampire zombies or something like that. I read on somewhere that they are vampire zombies, which is just crazy to me. How I've never seen that mixed together, but I might be wrong. I have, like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet. But I want to check it out. It's Toby Hooper. He's one of the masters of horror, isn't he? So I want to check it out. But looking forward to this one. That is Life Force. And also we have The Mangler, which I believe is about this. It's like this machine. I think it prints things or something, but people are getting killed in it or crushed in it, and this guy might be behind it. And I've heard this is definitely one of Toby Hooper's better films. It's got Robert Englund in there as well, so definitely looking forward to checking The Mangler out. Next up, we have 2 slasher movies. I watched the first one online, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to check these 2 out now, and I put them on my Blu-ray list, but Alex Hampton kindly sent me them, and that is Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers, and Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. Now, this one I had a great time with. I thought it was absolutely hilarious to watch. Just loved the wackiness of it, how zany it was, how crazy it was. Angela is just having the time of her life in this movie, played by Pamela Springsteen, who is Bruce Springsteen's sister, believe it or not. So many fun moments, so many great kills. Like, the kill count in this is treble the first movie, believe it or not. And I'm so happy to own this on Blu-ray. So thank you so much, Alex, for sending me this. I had a great time with it. And we also have Sleepaway Camp 3. Sorry, just dropped the Blu-ray there. Teenage Wasteland, which wasn't as good as the second one, but it's definitely still watchable. However, this is probably even more weird with the characters, some of the shit they say in this movie. My biggest gripe with it was it's kind of like they ran out of budget because these were filmed back to back, and it's kind of like a lot of these kills are off screen. There's people being killed with sticks and stuff. So I think they kind of run out of budget with this one, but it's still watchable. Definitely probably better with friends having a beer or two. But yeah, I would return to this, of course. Now, I've done a Sleepaway Camp franchise review series over on my horror channel, so I'll leave that down below if you want to check it out. I've reviewed the first 3 films, going to be reviewing 4 and 5 next. Next up is another one Alex sent me, and that is Nosferatu, a film I am ashamed that I haven't seen. This is the earliest movie I own in my Blu-ray collection now, but it's one I've always wanted to watch. I know it's a staple in horror history, one that needs to be seen by horror aficionados. And we do have The Last Voyage of the Dementor coming soon. I don't know if that's sort of goes into this. I don't know. But I'm going to probably watch it around that time. It's a silent movie, I believe. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Obviously, I've seen the images and stuff of Nosferatu rising and stuff like that. And the makeup design looked great. But yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. So thank you again, Alex, for sending me that. Next, I was on a live stream with my friend Alan Scouser over on my horror channel. And I know this is one of his favourite ever films, so I decided to give it a go. And that is Dracula from 1958. I watched this online, and then I went out and bought the Blu-ray. I had a great time with it. I loved the story, loved watching it unfold about this Van Helsing character going to investigate his friend disappearance, Jonathan Harker. And he believes that this Count Dracula has got something to do behind it, who lives in this big castle. So it's very gothic, it's very Hammer-esque, if you like, with all the sound effects going on. That totally worked for the film. I kind of wish Christopher Lee was in it a little bit more, but I suppose that's to do with the effectiveness of when he does show up. But a cool little horror story, and one that I'm finally glad to have seen and finally own in the collection. So that is Dracula. Next up is a James Wan film called Dead Silence, one that I've always wanted to check out, about a ventriloquist dummy, I believe. I think this is his follow-up film after Saw, so I'm really, really looking forward to checking this out. I've heard great things about it, so it looks cool. It's one I've always wanted to watch, so glad to have finally picked that up. Next up is a film that always stares at me every time I go to CEX or HMV, and I finally decided to grab it, and that is Nightmare Beach. I was going to watch this last night, but we had a bit of trouble with the baby and stuff, so hopefully I'll get to this one tonight. But I just love that cover art. I believe this is about a biker who is, I don't know if he's executed or something, and he comes back to this beach where he used to ride around and goes after everyone, kind of like a trashy slasher film. And it's an Italian movie, I believe. So, yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. That is Nightmare Beach. Unfortunately, another movie I haven't seen. I hate doing these videos when I haven't watched so much, but also I haven't done one for so long. But this is Batman Doom That Came to Gotham. I always collect these Batman animated films. I've seen nearly all of the ones I own, but this is one from 2023 that I just haven't checked out yet. So looking forward to checking this out. I always have a fun time with them, even though they're not brilliant. They're always mid-tier, 7 out of 10 movies. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. They're always very short as well, like 70 minutes or something. Now here's one that I watched the other night, and my friend Tom180 pointed this out to me on Amazon. It was like £2. And I thought, you know what, that's a comedy I've never seen, but I've always wanted to watch it, and I finally watched it the other day, and that is When Harry Met Sally. I had a great time with this film. It's damn near perfect for what it's going for. This follows Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, who have to drive to another state when they're younger. And they say, we can't become friends because you always want to end up having sex with your friends, basically. And they keep bumping into each other over the 10 years, and they become best friends. And they just can't either of them can't find true love, even though they don't want to mess their relationship up, really, because they're such good friends. But you do root for these characters. Now, lots of rom-coms are funny, mildly funny, but they always focus on the romance too much. I think this one balances it perfectly because it focuses on the romance, but it absolutely is hilarious. This film had me dying in some scene with laughter because it was just so funny. So yeah, I'm glad to finally own this. Glad to have finally seen it. Thank you so much, Tom, for pointing this one out to me. Awesome hot comedy rom-com. So that is When Harry Met Sally. Next up is another one that Alex Hampton sent me, and that is Breakfast at Tiffanys. I've got this poster there where it's 100 movies you must see before you die, and I just never seen this one, unfortunately. I don't even hardly know what it's about. I just know the movie poster is very popular, and it's got Audrey Hepburn in, who's meant to be great in this film, but I just haven't checked it out yet, unfortunately. But thank you so much, Alex. Can't wait to delve into that. I'm on a bit of a mission this year to watch all the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies I've never seen, and this one is Junior, which I still have not checked out. Like I said, I'm very sorry, guys. There's a lot here I haven't seen. But I really like Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in, where the chemistry was excellent. And this is apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger is pregnant in this one, so that should be a fun time. I don't know if it's any good. I've heard a few people say it's nowhere near the level of Twins, but I think I still might have a fun time with this. That is Junior. Next up, I got Series 1 and the 5th season of Breaking Bad, because these are the only two that I didn't own out of the whole collection. So I finally got them there, and it's a great series. I'm glad to finally own it on Blu-ray now, all of them. Finally completed it. If you haven't checked Breaking Bad out, I do recommend it. I don't think it's one of the greatest TV shows ever. Or, well, no, it probably is, but I don't think it's like the best of the best, like a lot of people do say. But it is a great series, and one that definitely gets better as it goes on. Glad to own these and finally complete the Breaking Bad collection. Okay, guys, that is it. Maybe I can talk about a lot more of these in my August end of month vlog. Sorry I haven't got to some of them, but it is what it is. I finally just decided to do this Blu-ray collection now that I have a little bit of time on my hands at this moment in time. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this. What do you think of these movies? If the ones I haven't seen, are they any good? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much, guys. Take it all easy. I'll see you all in the next video.